They killed a general. Iran fired back. A plane fell from the sky, 176 people dead, and the world held its breath. But that wasn't the beginning. That was just the latest chapter. In a war that never started, but never ended. Welcome to Facts on Trial. Today, why did America bomb Iran? And why might it happen again? In January 2020, war was one misstep away. A U.S. drone obliterated a convoy outside Baghdad. Inside was Qasem Soleimani, Iran's second most powerful man. A missile strike ordered personally by Donald Trump. The backlash was immediate. Iran launched a barrage of ballistic missiles at U.S. bases in Iraq, their first direct military strike on U.S. forces in decades. No Americans died, by design or by luck. But just hours later, a tragedy unfolded. Iran mistook a civilian plane for a cruise missile. Flight 752, 176 souls lost. Was this all spontaneous escalation? Or a pattern decades in the making? To understand 2020, you have to rewind. Way back, before World War II. Oil. That's where this all begins. In the early 20th century, Britain discovered vast reserves in Iran, enough to power empires. They created the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, which later became BP. Iran got just 16% of the profits from its own oil. Britain got 84%. By World War II, Iran's oil was critical to the Allies, but Iran was neutral, too neutral, suspected of Nazi sympathy. So Britain and the Soviets invaded Iran in 1941 and replaced the Shah with his 21-year-old son. Yes, Iran was literally regime changed by the Allies. Fast forward to 1951. Iran's elected prime minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, nationalized the oil industry. He said, "This is ours." The West said, "No, it's not." In 1953, the CIA and British intelligence staged a military coup. Mossadegh was overthrown. The Shah returned, now a full-fledged dictator backed by the West. Torture, secret police, U.S. arms, Israeli support. For Iranians, their nation was now ruled by a puppet king. In 1979, Iran exploded. Revolutionaries overthrew the Shah.
Iran was the most striking example. The mullahs under the Ayatollah Khomeini brought down the Shah and created a social and political revolution. Western influences, seen as corrupt and decadent, were replaced by traditional Islamic values.
Ayatollah Khomeini took power, religious, anti-Western, and deeply distrustful of America. Soon after, Iranian students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. 52 American hostages, held for 444 days. That's when the U.S. froze assets, imposed sanctions, and Iran became the enemy. Then came war, but not with America, not directly. In 1980, Saddam Hussein's Iraq invaded Iran. Iran was weakened post-revolution. The U.S. saw an opportunity. So America backed Iraq. Weapons, money, intelligence, even as Saddam used chemical weapons. The Iran-Iraq War killed over 400,000 Iranians. America stayed out until one of its ships hit an Iranian mine. Then came Operation Praying Mantis, the largest U.S. naval combat since World War II. Iran lost half its navy in one day. And then, a horror. The U.S. shot down Iran Air Flight 655, 290 civilians dead. America claimed it was a mistake. Iran never forgot. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, U.S.-Iran relations were frozen in time. Hezbollah attacks blamed on Iran. U.S. embassies bombed. Iran labeled part of the axis of evil. Iraq invaded. No WMDs found. The message to Iran and North Korea was clear. Get nukes, or get next. North Korea did. Iran started trying. In 2015, Obama struck a deal. Iran would freeze its nuclear program and allow inspectors. In return, sanctions relief. It was working. But in 2018, Trump tore it up. Sanctions came roaring back. Iran retaliated. Oil tankers attacked, drones shot down, ships seized. And then, Soleimani. The man behind Iran's foreign influence. The mastermind of militia networks. Killed by drone. Iran responded with missiles, and a tragic misfire brought down a passenger jet. This wasn't just tit for tat. This was a live demonstration of what war with Iran might look like, and how close we've already come. One general, one drone, one mistake.
And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
That's all it took to set the world on edge. Iran and America are not at war, but they're not at peace either. They are locked in a shadow war, one with no rules, no borders, and no real endgame. So ask yourself, what happens the next time a drone strikes or a plane falls? Do we de-escalate again, or do we go over the edge? This has been Facts on Trial, where we revisit the stories you thought you knew and uncover the truths they tried to bury.